Good afternoon, students. Welcome to our exam B. How are you all doing? My name is Anshuman and I'm your English faculty. So let's start doing today's topic. So today's topic is based on few questions, okay, where we will be discussing few questions based on vocabularies, antonyms and synonyms, right? Error detection and much more, okay? So let's start doing. So our first question is based on one-word substitution. So let's read the question. Select the most appropriate one-word substitution for the given group of words. Okay, so what we have to do here is we read this group of words and here we need to find that whatever these words mean together. Okay, so out of these options which it relates to. Okay, so we read it: restore someone to health or normal life after imprisonment, addiction or illness. Okay, so we need to, so what it's saying that the group of these words means that what is it called when we restore someone to health or normal life after imprisonment, or when the person has gone through some addiction, or he is in addiction or an illness. So the first word we have renovate, second rehabilitate, and third refurbish, and the fourth reinstate. So you all know renovation. Okay, what is the meaning of renovation or renovate? Okay, so renovation is basically an overall repairing of a building when the building is not in good condition, right? And the building needs some repairing, and the repairing goes on a big scale, right? So this word is it. That is called renovation, right? Rehabilitation, okay, we leave it right now. We go to refurbish. So refurbish is any device or any object that has already been used by someone else. Now it is presented to us in like almost a new condition, right? As if it's already new, right? It's not new, it has already been used by someone else, but it has presented to us, right, that in such a way that it is in a good condition, right? We are told that it is in good condition though it has been used by someone else, and it is almost like a new, right? So that is called refurbish. You might have heard the word refurbished mobile phones, right? Then we read another word that's called reinstate. So reinstate means to bring someone in its original state or original position, right? So now we read the second word, rehabilitate. So now what rehabilitation means, you might have heard, you might have come across words like rehabilitation centers, right? So rehabilitation centers are the centers where people, okay, who suffer with any addiction or who undergo some major illness, okay, they are admitted there, right? And they undergo certain treatments there, right? So the correct word would be rehabilitate, right? So rehabilitate means what? It is like to admit a person in certain center, okay, where we improve their condition, okay, through certain treatments or therapies, all right, or certain procedures, okay, where we improve or we try to restore their health, or we try to make them come back into their normal living, okay? So rehabilitate would be the correct option here. Now we move to next question. So select the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined segment in this given sentence. If there is no need to substitute it, select no substitution required. So what is the question? That there is a sentence in front of you, and in this sentence these two words can't live, okay? These two words have been underlined. Now you need to tell whether are these two words okay, right? Or should they be substituted by these options, any of these options, okay? So we read the sentence, I can't live at a place which is far from the sea, okay? I can't live at a place which is far from the sea. मैं एक ऐसी जगह पर नहीं रह सकता जो क्या है, sea से या समुद्र से क्या है, दूर है. So can't live, if we talk about the tense, so it is a simple present tense, right? It simply tells us about what? About a fact, right? About a fact that what? I can't live at a place which is far from the sea. Now we see the options. If I don't even see the options, okay, I think it is good already, right? It is correct. I don't need to change it. But let's see the options as well once again. So hasn't lived, couldn't being live, then no substitution required, and then can't lived. If we try to, replace one by one, I hasn't lived. First of all, we never use has with I, right? We always use have with I. So yeah, this won't be correct. Then couldn't being, I couldn't being live at a place. That doesn't make any sense, right? Grammatically. So it will also be incorrect. Then can't lived. I can't lived at a place which is far from the sea. It is couldn't live, not can't lived. So incorrect, right? So what is then the correct option? No substitution required. We do not require any substitution here because this is already grammatically correct. Okay, if we see in terms of tense. And now we move to the third. Okay, so identify the segment in the sentence which contains a grammatical error, right? So here what you need to do, this question is based on the error detection. Okay, so let's read the sentence. Have you decided what you want to become when you grown up? It's very easy, right? Have you decided what you want to become when you grown up? So if you're well versed with the tenses, you will automatically get to know that there is some error in this part. When you grown up, when this hasn't, it has not, it hasn't have happened yet, right? So it should be what? Future tense, right? That means it hasn't taken place yet. So it is talking about a specific condition, right? When. Now you don't have to make the verb grow in its third form here. Okay, grow, grew, and grown. Here the verb grow has been used in its third form, which is wrong. It should be grow up. Okay, when you grow up, right? So this would be wrong. We need to use here the first form of grow. So we check the options. Have you decided? No, it is correct. Obvious, already it's correct. No need to change that. When you grown up, yes. So we have error in this part of sentence. So second option is correct. What you want to become, these are already correct. No need to change them, right? So our second option would be correct because this is erroneous in this statement. Fourth, select the incorrectly spelled word. Now we need to check the spellings of these following words. Let's check dealer, D-E-A-L-E-R. This is correct. Okay, it's a small word. Okay, doesn't contain much letters. It's very easy. So this is correct. Now, hesitate. Okay, leave it right now. Queer. Queer is also correct. Double E. So yeah, this word is also correct. The spelling is correct. Obvious. Obvious has also been spelled correctly. So this is also correct. Now we check the spelling of hesitate. So the letter E, okay, it should be replaced by A, right? Hesitate. Okay, so we have a problem here. So this is the word which is incorrectly spelled. So the answer would be hesitate. Okay, now question 5th. Select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. Okay, antonym means we need to find the opposite word, all right, to the meaning of narrow. So you know narrow means what? Okay, कुछ चीज जो क्या है बहुत ही पतली सी है या संकरा जिसे बोलते हैं ना, something which doesn't have much space, right? So antonym narrow. Narrow अगर कहें तो if I say narrow way, so it will be like this, and wide way will be this, है ना? And it doesn't have much space. Okay, so narrow and wide. So narrow, firm, firm is a synonym. Tight, tight is a synonym. Solid, solid is also a kind of, it relates with narrow, right? So the antonym would be wide. Wide means what? Which has a lot of space, okay? Which has a lot of space, unlike the word narrow. Okay? So you can understand through this example. A wide road would be this, and a narrow path or a narrow road would be this. Now we move to, so I have already told you that white would be the antonym, that the correct option here if we talk about antonyms. Now we move to next question. So select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Now synonym means similar meaning, okay? The same meaning which almost mean the same. Now protest. We all know what is the meaning of protest, right? To fight against something, right? So favor, support, assist, and object. We need to find what? Synonym, okay? The word which shares similar meaning. Favor, it is an antonym, so it can't be the answer. Support is also an antonym. Assist is also an antonym. So the synonym would be object, okay? Object means what? To criticize something, okay, or to stop something, or to express your disagreement, right? To fight, to protest, okay, to object. So object would be a correct answer. 7th, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blanks, okay? So now let's read the sentence. Many dash tales evoke the memory of Akbar and Birbal. So now out of these 4 options, which word do you think fits this blank? So many dash tales evoke the memory of Akbar and Birbal. So tales is a noun here. Now it needs an adjective, right, to modify its meaning. So can it be many populated tales? No, because we know populated means a number, right? A large number, right? Something which is inhabited in large number. So we call that place populated, right? Populist. Many populist tales? No. Populists are, they are like people, or they are politicians, okay, who appeal to people, right? Who appeal to people, in showing their solidarity to people, that we are with you, right? So populist. So democrat can be a synonym to populist. Popular and then populist. Populous is a place which is populated, right? Which is highly populated. So many populous tales cannot be. So popular would be a correct answer, because we know popular means something that's well known, something that's famous, or something that is well known. Okay, so popular tales, many popular tales evoke the memory of Akbar and Birbal. So popular would be a correct option here. 8. Select the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. If there's no need to substitute it, select no substitution required. So once again, we have a question which is based on substitution. So we have 2 words. You need to see whether are they okay, all right, or do they need to be substituted by any of these options. So yeah, let's read. During the winter months, the bears go without food by nearly 6 to 7 months. Let's read the options. For almost, no substitution required. From almost, for quite. If I read this sentence, so I get to know that there's no use of adding the preposition by, right? So if I check the options and I try to fit one by one. So from almost, if I say go without food, from almost 6 to 7 months. So no, almost can come, but from this preposition cannot come, right? Next, for quite nearly 6 months, no. Then we see the first, for almost 6 months, okay? Yes, so for almost 6 months, okay, it fits correctly here. So what would be the sentence? During the winter months, the bears go without food for almost 6 to 7 months. Okay, so the the first option would be correct. Now we move to next, 9th. Identify the segment in the sentence which contains a grammatical error. So we do hope you are enjoy this online course in art and craft. So this question is based on error detection part. So read the sentence very carefully. It's very easy. Okay, like I already told you, if you're very well versed with the tenses, you will automatically get to know that what error there is within this sentence. So read it. We do hope You are enjoyed. Doesn't it look a bit weird, right? This online course in art and craft. You are, okay? This sentence is an active voice, and we have are here, right? We have are, okay? And we know according to the structure of tenses, according to the rules, the structure in active voice, and you have are here plus you have verbs first form enjoy. So it should use ing. You are enjoying. This sentence is in present continuous tense, right? So you are enjoying should be correct, and you are enjoy would be wrong, right? So we see the option then, this online course, no need to make any changes. We do hope in art and craft, no need to make changes. So our correct option would be second, because we have the erroneous part in this sentence, which is the verb enjoy used in incorrect way, right? It should be in its continuous form, that is enjoying, okay? 10th, select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. So the word sly, okay? Now sly, the word sly means someone who is very cunning, right? Or someone who have baleful intentions, someone who do not have any good intentions, or who a person who is very he can be dangerous, right? Or with malicious intent, right? So honest, stiff, thick, and slow. So we need to find antonym, that is opposite. Stiff, you all know, something that's firm, right? Stiff can also be used for someone who cheats, right? But it would be synonym of sly. Thick doesn't mean, okay, it is another word, doesn't match, and slow also doesn't match. So we have the word honest, which is an antonym for the word sly, okay, where sly means someone with bad intentions, okay, with who is cunning. On the other hand, honest means someone who is good and who have good intentions. Okay, now we move to the next question. So 11th, select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Now we have an idiom, by the same token. All right, so now keep in mind that usually idioms do not usually mean what they mean in their literary form, right? So by the same token certainly doesn't mean use the same ticket, no, okay? It means something specific, right, when it is used in a specific context, right? So by the same token, use the same password, no. In the same verse, no. Okay, now we have in the same way, okay? So in the same way would be a correct option, okay, where you do something similar, in almost the same manner, okay? So you can use the idiom by the same token. Now 12th, select the most appropriate one-word substitution for the given words. Now once again we come with a question based on one-word substitution. So one who interferes in the affairs of others, often for selfish reasons. So what is the person called when he interferes and others matter? So can it be interpreter? No, an interpreter is a person who interprets the language, right? Anyone, okay, it can interpret anything, right? But basically we know that an interpreter is a person who help, okay, two persons who belong to different regions, okay, who do not share same language, right? Knowledge of same language, and where there is a requirement for them to understand each other. So interpreter helps them to understand each other, okay? So what the interpreter does, he translates, okay, the whatever the person wants to say, okay, he translates that content to the language of that person, right? But interpreter can be something other also, okay? Interpret basically means what? To change or modify the meaning of something, okay, in which it can be deciphered, right? Something that can be understandable easily, right? So that is interpreter. Now Foreigner, you know, someone who is an alien, someone you don't know, someone who is strange, or someone from other country. Foreigner. Stranger, you know, someone whom you're not familiar with, okay, or whom you don't know. Now we have left interloper. So interloper is a person who interferes, okay, in people's matter without being invited. All right. Question 13. Select the most appropriate synonym of the given word indulgence. Okay, so indulgence. So let's read the option. Leniency, diligence, accuracy, attentiveness. If you see diligence, okay, and attentiveness, these two can be related. Where diligence means someone who is very much you know, a nature, okay, where someone is very much workaholic, or someone intends to work, right, someone who is very dedicated towards work. And attentiveness, you know, okay, when someone is someone has good focus, okay, when someone is very much attentive in listening or doing anything. Accuracy means the level, okay, to, you know, a level that how much you're correct or how much you're accurate. So you can say that you're right, that is called accuracy. Then leniency, when someone is free, okay, when there's no much foundations, when there's no much limit, right, so that's called leniency. So indulgence is the synonym of it, because indulgence means when someone is very free, very relaxed, right, and when someone is enjoying any activity, or when someone is obtaining pleasure from any activity, so that is called indulgence. Okay. 14th, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. So, today banking in a seamless world dash a distinct reality. Now, distinct word means that can be discerned, okay, very easily. Seamless means without any, you know, without any barrier, in a flow. Now, so what are you going to fill? Today banking in a seamless world. Have, is, was, or are. It's very easy. Is, right? Today, banking in a seamless world is a distinct reality. You cannot put are, because are is plural and we're talking about a singular noun, that's banking. You cannot put was, okay, because we're talking about present time and this is past. And you cannot use have, okay, because it doesn't fit with the tense, right? And anyways, it is plural, right? So is would be the correct option. Okay. 15th, select the most inappropriate option to fill in the blank. So the dash for a vaccine could take up to a year. The vaccine has not come out yet, but has not been searched for yet, right? It has not been invented. So what we need to do: track, pursuit, chase, search. Track means what? Track means to follow something, okay, in order to keep an eye on it, right, to find something. Pursuit is to pursue something, right, to take up a course and then, you know, carrying with it, right? Pursuit, to pursue something. Chase is what? Chase is to run after something, right? So we have a correct word, that is search. So the search for a vaccine could take up to a year. Okay, search means what? Search means to find something, right? So search would fit here, correct? Rest of the words wouldn't be that much accurate. Okay, so search is the correct. 16. Select the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. If there is no need to substitute it, select no substitution required. So once again, let's start seeing this. There are many birds in the veranda today. Hema, please feed those. Please feed those. Those what? Right? Those what? This is a distributive pronoun used here, right? These, right? Similarly, those, right? So what those? Okay, we don't know. We need something here, right? But we already know that we are talking about birds here. And it is requested to Hema to feed them. right? If I'm writing those here, then I need to also write birds, है ना? But there's nothing after this. So what I need to do, I need to use an objective pronoun. Okay, that will be them, right? So fed those, no, we don't know, we don't need to use the past form. No substitution required. Fed them. Okay, again we don't need to change tense, okay, because this is a command, right? This has to be present. So feed them would be the correct answer. 17th, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. So I hope your parents dash soon, should recover soon, are recovering soon, are recover, or recover. Recover would be the correct answer. I hope your parents should recover soon. No, should doesn't mean anything, right? I hope, the person is hoping for what? It is simply your parents recover soon. I hope your parents recover soon. We need to use the verb's base form here, right? So recover would be the correct option. We don't need any other helping verb with it or any modal verb with it, okay? So it won't be I hope your parents are recovering soon or are recover. It doesn't mean anything, right? So recover soon would be the correct option. 18th, identify the segment in the sentence which contains a grammatical error. Okay, seldom has the discoveries of the world's greatest discoverers like Copernicus or Galileo been forgotten. So, seldom has the discoveries of the world's greatest discoverers. Okay, see, the adverb has been used in the beginning of the sentence. So what we do, we interchange the position of the verb and the object. So yes, where the subject, the verb has, okay, it is used after the adverb. So this is what we do, right? This is correct here. There's no any error here, okay? But the verb which is used, it is actually wrong, right? If you see what it refers to, the noun discoveries, and it is what? It is a plural noun, right? So according to subject verb concord, the verb should also be plural. So it should have been have, but here it has, right? So the error would be in seldom has the discoveries. So this would be the erroneous part. So the correct option would be 1. Rest of the options are, we don't need to bring any modification in them because those are correct. Okay. 19th, select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Now once again we get another idiom. So to get on the nerves, you might have heard about this idiom, very often people use this idiom very often. So to irritate, to soothe, to give medicine, to have an illness. So to get on the nerves means, okay, there's one more idiom that that's almost same. It is called to get under someone's skin, right? So this means to irritate someone or to annoy someone. Okay, rest, to soothe, no, it would be the opposite of this. To give medicine, it would be almost opposite of this, because here we are irritating a person, not healing someone, right? And to have an illness, that is a different thing. So to irritate or to annoy is the meaning of this idiom. Okay. 20th, select the incorrectly spelled word. Authority, medal, condition, and edible. This is correct. The spelling is correct. Condition is also correct. Medal is also correct. Okay. So we see that something should change here. That is A instead of O. So it's authority, right? So it starts with A, not O. So it's very easy, right? That it should have been started with A, not O. So our correct option would be A, 1. 21. So in the following passage, some words have been deleted. Fill in the blanks with the help of the alternatives given. Select the most appropriate option for each blank. Okay, so here what you need to do, you need to fill in the blanks, right? Based on the grammatical rules, based on the grammatical accuracy. So, one day while the magistrate was walking a market, He saw a crowd outside a poultry shop. So we see, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank number 1. So in the blank number 1, should it be along, over, aside, through? Okay, sorry. Yes, here. One day, while the magistrate was walking, you walk what? Do you walk along a market? Do you walk over a market? Do you walk aside a market? You walk through the market, right? So through would be correct option. Through is what? It is like as if you're entering somewhere. So you use a preposition through, right? So through a market, okay? He saw a crowd outside a poultry shop, full stop, inquiring what the matter was. In second number, blank number 2, how, whereas, so on. How inquiring doesn't mean anything, right? Then what else did we have? Whereas inquiring, no, it doesn't mean anything. So and on. So our correct option would be on. Okay. The author is trying to tell something that on doing something, okay, the person, something happened, right? So on inquiring, okay, on doing something that's on inquiring, what the matter was, learned that a peasant had accidentally, learned, an active voice, so it should use subjective case. That means if you see the options in the blank number 3, him, she, he, they, okay, so it would be he, all right, the subjective case. We already know that it cannot be she because we know that the magistrate here is a male because we already have a masculine pronoun. So it cannot be she, it cannot be him because it needs to be in a subjective case, not in an objective case. So he learned that a peasant had accidentally. Here it is a doer of an action. So we will use the subjective case. So he learned that a peasant had accidentally a heavy sack on a chicken. So fourth, dropped, selected, filled, picked. Obviously dropped. It cannot be selected, it cannot be filled, and it cannot be picked. He dropped a heavy sack on a chicken. He cannot, the chicken is somewhere on the floor, right, or on the ground. Now he cannot pick the sack from it, right? He will, a person will drop that sack on that chicken, right? So our correct option would be dropped. Okay, then a heavy sack on a chicken, ate to death. So what happened finally? Creeping it to death, crumbling it to death, covering it to death, crushing it to death. So if you drop something over something, it will crush it, right? It will crush it. Creeping is what? Creeping is moving slowly, right? Some in a slower movement. Crumbling what? Crumbling is to, press something, okay, where that thing breaks, right? And then covering, what is covering? To cover something, right? And then we have finally crushing, okay? So crushing when a huge object or when a heavy object falls on something, okay? So that is crushing, okay? So these are the options here. So that's all for today. So we did 25 questions in this session. So I hope you enjoyed this session and I hope you found it productive. So yeah, see you in next session. Thank you so much.